mark our air review, guys. Get right to it. Michael Jordan. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I am your host, Ryan D. Ryan 680.
I'm Angela And
this is Alamo City Movie Talk. Movie Talk for movie fans, guys. If you have not already, give a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. You know you want to, guys. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. And let's get right to it. Angela, what are we reviewing today?
We are reviewing Air today.
Air, ladies and gentlemen. Air tells a story that follows the history of the events of the whole Nike era, what revolutionized the company as a whole, where salesman Sonny and how he did lead Nike into the next generation of the greatest athlete in the world in basketball, Michael Jordan. Well, greatest athlete. What's the greatest athlete?
I would say it's pretty arguably he's the greatest competing athlete in the whole world. I would say that's a pretty accurate statement.
In this age where we're at, when I was a kid, I remember watching when Nike was around. It was real big, right? It was big, go Nike, and then of course it was always the Air Jordans right next to him. So it's influential. It's just like
synonymous.
How combo it is. How much
it's such synonymous. You think of Nike, you automatically think of Air Jordan, and vice versa. Air Jordan is really a big part of that line, of that brand, and it's been around for so long. I didn't even know it had been around for that long. And it was really cool to see the origin of that, how they got started. I know they had mentioned Michael Jordan was like 18 at the time that, this really idea took off and was put in place. And so I really enjoyed seeing the aspect of that, like behind the scenes, what it took to get here today. Yeah,
this stellar cast here, I never would have thought this combination really would really have such a influential side of each other as far as actors and actresses goes.
But they're all the main.
They're all A-list actors.
All the main three in that are working for Nike. You have Ben Affleck. Yeah. You have Matt Damon.
Dude.
Jason Bateman.
They're
all in their own
and very. Chris Tucker in here.
Chris Tucker is really good. Yeah. Oh my god, I haven't seen him in forever. And
let me just say, I miss Chris Tucker's comedy. I missed it. Just like Eddie Murphy's, I missed their comedy. Yeah. Is it rude? Hell yes. Is it raunchy sometimes? Hell yeah. I love it.
Well, I love it. He was a little bit more toned down in this one. Yeah. But he was still really funny. I gotta say, I missed him on screen.
Hilarious.
He's hilarious on screen.
He really is. And you really lead into that. You really lead into these characters. You really lead into this. And I'll be honest here, I love biopics. I love it, especially sports movies. This was more behind the scenes sports event, but sports money, I guess. But movies like this are so influential, and and I'll be honest here, I've seen it, hands down, I've seen it, where this will market sales. This will make people buy Nikes. This will make people buy the Air Jordans and everything. But Matt Damon here, Ben Affleck does a phenomenal job. He plays the CEO in this company, guys. And let me tell you something. He does it so well. It comes off these adjectives that he chooses, the way he's pronunciates stuff. It just feels a different. I mean, he's actually acting for one. Besides being the Batman, besides being Bruce Wayne, it's knowing that. I mean, he's an actor, right? But it was something a little bit different than I'm used to getting, that we're used to getting in a way.
It's definitely different. I know, same thing with Matt Damon and Jason Bateman.
Oh, my God, yes.
Great actors on their own. And also, one familiar face that I got to say I love, like, in everything she does is Viola Davis.
Viola Davis,
as Jordan's mom is great, fantastic. And I love her in anything. She just stuns and is just great on screen. Yeah. I loved the chemistry of not just, like, her and not just, like, Matt Damon, but I like the chemistry together. Yeah, we see them interact together. Yeah, in multiple scenes, and I just love the flow of everything. I think all the actors and actresses did great. Yeah, I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't know how I was gonna feel about this. Yeah, but I was pleasantly surprised. It was actually a knock out of the park for me.
Yes, as far as Matt Damon, he's really, we talked about this off camera. I gotta say, man, he has really revolutionized himself in a way to where he's playing. It's almost like he re-energized his career and is really knocking it out of the park with these performances, man. I mean, dude, all I'm saying is that this might be, again, we're early in the race here, but I mean, I could, as of right now, this is one of the best movies out of the year. My top 3 best movies of the year so far. so far. I just want to say that out there because we just started April, so we're got a lot of films, a lot of movies. But as of right now, this is my top 3 for sure, 100%. My top 3%, my top 3 in the 2023 films. And Matt Damon in here, he reminds me so much, and I loved him a lot, right? In Ford vs. Ferrari. He did a phenomenal job in Ford vs. Ferrari, him and Christian Bale.
And that was also another good cast.
That was another great cast in here. And knowing where he feeds, and that's the thing too, he feeds off other people. I love it when actors really feed off on each other, on each other's, like, I just feel like that it's so influential, it's so critical to me to where, like, they really, it almost feels like it's nonstop. Obviously, they have to stop and be like, all right, we're done shooting this scene. But it's like, it feels so intuitive. It just feels so edited very well. I mean, this movie flows so well. It comes to be an hour and 52 minutes. I did not feel that. Super Mario Brothers, an hour and 32 minutes. I felt that. I felt a little bit more than that. But I mean,
I really liked Super Mario.
Yeah. I it's a decent movie, but anyways, we're sticking to Air, right? And Air stuck to nostalgia. It did the 80s music. 80s, oh my god. 80s was
Can
killer.
you believe the 80s was 40 years ago?
Oh my god, dude, we weren't even born. That's how crazy it is, guys. That's how crazy it is.
Oh my gosh.
The soundtrack for this movie, guys, if you haven't already checked it out, if you haven't seen this movie already, because we're doing a little late to the party review. This soundtrack is amazing, fantastic. We recommend watching this in a theater because you'll be able to hear that beautiful sound, hear that beautiful music, just nonstop iconic songs. And that's the thing too. The thing with this movie, let's compare the two a little bit, all right? Let's compare it. So Super Mario Brothers and this one, they really had to rely on the nostalgia of the 80s versus nostalgia of Nintendo. They really did.
Yes.
But one had way better story. Even though we knew the outcome of the story, it had a way better storytelling.
Well, I mean,
that was my major concern with Super Mario Brothers. But with this one,
but let's be real.
Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers is meant for kids.
Yeah.
This is more of an adult film that I feel like people who were from this era or love this era are going to really enjoy.
Oh, yeah. I think
basketball
adults,
fans, sports fans, adults, people who were born in the 80s, love the 80s.
Yeah.
You can't compare. I'm sorry. I know what you're trying to say.
I'm just telling you how I feel. And you're right. All right, fine, whatever. I keep forgetting though this movie's rated R. I did not know that. I apologize. I did not know it was rated R. I felt like more PG-13. Maybe just because we're used to reviewing content like this. Of language. I think we're used to reviewing this content like this. But language,
but again,
true.
because to be honest, there's not that much that goes on in this film,
like action wise, but there's action dialogue, which I love.
Yeah, so it's very not suspenseful, but it's very like on edge. Yeah. And I think I like about this is you get so sucked in watching the movie, you really think, like, obviously we know as an audience members, we know the outcome.
Yes,
Air Jordans are like one of the biggest shoe products ever out there, and we obviously know that it happens. Yeah. But in the movie, when you're watching it, in the moment, you get sucked in there and you're like, oh my gosh, this really couldn't happen.
Yeah.
There were so many chances where it almost didn't happen. Yeah. And so it's just, it's good storytelling. That's what it is. And I really enjoyed it. I really did. Yeah. Again, the performances, I can't say enough good things about it. Story was great, on point. Music, loved it. So I got to say, overall, it was a very well-rounded film, to be honest.
Yeah, this movie surprised me. It really did way more than I thought it would. I didn't expect to love this movie coming out of the theater. I cannot wait to own this movie, guys. And all I got to say, Ben Affleck is back. This is directed by Mr. Ben Affleck. This is what we're talking about. Best Picture winner. He won Best Picture for Argo. This is what I'm talking about. Movies like this will require so much action dialogue. Ben Affleck is back, guys. I cannot wait. He's gonna direct the next Batman movie. You never know. He's gonna direct it. He's not gonna be in it. He's gonna direct it. That's all I'm saying, guys. But yes, Ben Affleck is back. That's all I'm saying. Where are all the people at? Where are all the people that say he couldn't do it? Nowhere. That's where. Because you know what? A lot of fakers out there. I like the Batman. I like that he was the Batman in Zack Snyder cut. I liked it. Now, granted, I didn't like I did not love the reshoots or anything, but I'll be honest here. The Batman, he is back. Ben Affleck is back as an actor, as a director. And I feel like this was more of a passion project for him.
I agree. This is more of a passion project. Yeah. Do I agree with everything else You said no.
Yes, you do. All right, but yeah, Jason Bateman is also a co-star in here as well. He played Rob. I know we mentioned it already.
He's in Ozark.
He's
in so many things.
It was just like watching him in Ozark, but in this world, but less
horrible
violence.
Horrible bosses.
Less violence, less not as much comedy, but it's just. I mean, we go back.
It had its funny moments.
No, that's what I'm saying. We go back to where. You know, when an actor could really when we know an actor to be really relying on their certain genres, right? When there's like a comedy person like Paul Rudd does they really come out of their shell. And with this movie itself, you know, he does play a serious role in Ozark, of course, but it just feels like, damn, he just did it again. He won me over again. And that's the thing too. You get lost in this movie to where you don't know. I know you said it already, but you don't know it's almost like you get lost. You don't know when the outcome is. Even though you know it is, you get lost in the movie. We're like, oh crap, what's going to happen? Yep. The anxiety. Matt Damon here, his anxiety levels were going through the roof at certain times. And I was just like, holy crap. His comedy in here was so well done. Oh my god. It was like Ford versus Ferrari all over again, dude. It was so good.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, Matt Damon is amazing. I mean, this is the guy, Matt Damon from Born Supremacy.
For someone who's not like a comedian, like don't get me wrong, Chris Tucker, hilarious.
Yeah.
But he is known to be a comedian.
Yeah.
For someone who's not known to do that on a regular basis, Matt Damon's pretty funny.
Yeah, and you know, even so, though, of course, we would always go back to Good Will Hunting, which was the drama that really made him stand out and everything as far as the Oscar worthy and all that stuff. So, I mean, this guy, it's just crazy to me how he's really like, hey, you know what? I'm at my age. I'm still gonna make great effing movies. That's all I'm saying.
Well, because I mean, to be honest, you could really. A lot of people have been getting more recognized, prestigious honors at older ages. It's not possible now.
All I'm saying is I cannot wait for.
There's no prime age now. Like you have a lot of very talented actors and actresses who are getting older and they're still doing their thing. Yeah, they are, and I love it. And so I gotta say,
I'm just happy it's not a one-hit wonder and that's it. You know, he's in
so many things.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like Matt Damon, he really carries himself in every single movie. I feel like he puts his passion into it, and we cannot wait to see him in Oppenheimer. And he's talked high praise about that movie. He's talked about it so many times at Variety at a press screener for Air. They asked him about it. Oh, the runtime for Oppenheimer is over 3 hours. Yeah, it's over 3 hours long. He's like, oh, it's fantastic. You get lost in it. You don't know it's 3 hours long. When knowing that's coming from Matt Damon himself is like, holy smokes. Holy smokes. Every time I hear Matt Damon, I'm all like, from Team America, Matt Damon, Alec Baldwin. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, guys. All right. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. But I love this movie, man. This movie is fantastic. Check this movie out in a theater near you. We do recommend this movie, guys. This film we did deserve, and we got it 110%. This movie was fantastic. Nike, the whole representation here. I loved how they really relied on that.
And we saw them when they were a small-ish company.
Yeah.
Like not
this nobody's
global conglomerate. Like, they sold globally, but it wasn't like a huge conglomerate corporation. They were struggling, And I liked that we saw not necessarily that origin, but we saw that part. That
where like they weren't just like big old Nike shoes everywhere.
The basketball division wasn't like blown up at that point. I really liked seeing that.
And it made sense because a lot of them were just corporate montages. They don't know crap about basketball. And I like how Matt Damon played that character. We're like, no, I know. I have a passion for it, and you know, that's all I'm saying is that sometimes, most of the time, corporations do that. They hire someone who looks good on paper, but the experience of the game, the experience of that genre, the experience of it, they don't have. But hey,
Bob Chapek.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying right there, guys. All right, thank you so much. Rating 1 out of 10 being the highest, Angela. What do you give this rating?
You know, for someone who doesn't particularly like sports films, I really enjoyed it.
It's not really it's a sports.
Kind of a little bit. Yeah, kind of.
Really.
It's heavily reliant on sports, which is pretty cool. But still, I would give it a solid 8.5 because it was a really good film. I would see it again.
Damn, that's a pretty low rating. I thought you were gonna give it a little bit higher. Okay.
No, I really liked it.
I'm gonna do you one better, guys. I'm gonna go a 9.4. A 9.4 out of 10. ladies and gentlemen, because this movie, I'm gonna see it. I probably might see this again in theaters because it was such a fun time. I had a fantastic time, and it was just amazing seeing all these different actors really come about and really portray these characters, portray these real life people. And I feel like I actually believe that it went down like that. Obviously, it didn't, right? Because there's some alterations here.
Yeah, I'm sure the Hollywood magic.
But the most part of it did, right? It did. Yeah. But yeah, Viola Davis took the storm about. She freaking ran that theater. She ran that camera. I mean, every time she's on camera, she freaking knocks it out of the park. She really does.
That's my girl.
Knocks it out. Yeah, she knocks it out. But
same thing. Definitely. Loved seeing Chris Tucker back on the screen.
Yeah, man.
Love the return.
I can't wait to
Matt
see
Damon.
the next Rush Hour movie. I can't wait. Yeah. I know there's talks about it. They keep mentioning it. I cannot wait. I hope his comedy is still the same. That's all I'm saying. But
it kind of was a little bit.
Yeah. I just hope it's the same when the new movie comes out with Jackie Chan and all that. But yeah.
Oh, all right.
We do recommend this movie, guys. Thank you so much for making this a part of your day. As always, I'm your host Ryan D. aka Ryan680.
I am Angela. That Ange.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Like, share, subscribe. You know what to do, guys. Hit that little bell notification and hit that subscribe button. Thank you for making us a part of your day. Stay safe, San Antonio. Peace.